21 Savage and Metro Boomin's new project, Savage Mode 2. What do you think about this album, bro?
21, 21, 21, 21. I want to read, you know what? Let's start this differently. As you know, my site, really good site, one of the greatest sites of all time. That's what Donald Trump said. He said, the greatest site, I've never seen a site like this ever before. It's a site that is impeccable, I believe. Somebody on my site, he said, I want to read this. This is what he thought about the album, and I thought it was the greatest comment ever. Super neutral album. Favorite track? None. Least favorite track? None. Album rating? Neutral out of 10. Never heard an album so neutral in my life. It's not good. It's not bad. I'm at a loss for words. Nothing was fire. Nothing was trash. Lyrics were also neutral. I have no emotion. And the funny thing is, I get exactly where he's coming from with that comment. So what I said that was kind of close to what he said was everything I expected that album to sound like, what I expected that album to be, is exactly what it was. Like, to me, it's exactly what I expected that album to be and sound like. You know, one thing we don't talk about, how much of an improvement 21 Savage has made as a rapper. Like, 21 Savage makes leaps and bounds every single time I hear him. Like, when I first heard him on, ironically, the first body of work that I heard him on was Savage Mode with Metro Boomin, like, what was that, 2016? The one that had the joint with Future, and it had what was the song? I'm just stunting on my ex. You know that song. Do you know, like, in my opinion, if you go back and listen to that album, he was not that good a rapper. I'm just gonna be honest with you. He was not that good. He had some slap. He had songs that slap. You know that? Yeah, that's your favorite word. He had songs that slap. He had joints that bang, like whatever bumps. But he was not that great of a rapper. The improvement that he made from Savage Mode to his debut album, to the I Am versus I Was album, and to now, he is a very appealing rapper. He has punchlines for days. He demands respect every time he gets on the mic. He is a phenomenal rapper that just keeps getting better, and I think his rap performance on this album was fantastic. Like, he just definitely knows how to keep you glued to your seat when you're listening to him rap. But crazy statement number one. This is the first crazy statement I've made on this show so far. I'm gonna be real with you. There are a lot of producers in this world right now. There have been a lot of producers in hip hop history. I am prepared to say Metro Boomin is probably the best producer I've ever heard in my life. Okay, let me just keep it at hip hop. Let me just keep it at hip hop, because people are gonna be like Quincy Jones. Maybe we can have like a poll. Who is the best producers of all time? Maybe I'll do that. Metro Boomin.
Yeah, we should put together a list. Let's put together a list,
because we're talking Neptunes, Timbaland, Dr. Dre.
We talking about
bad. Swiss Beats.
Yeah, Swiss Beats. You said Timberland. There's a bunch, man. There's a bunch.
There's a lot of producers. There's great producers. Puff Daddy and the Hitmen. Let's not forget about that. What they did for Biggie, Life After Death.
Yeah.
But Metro Boomin's production skills are next level. Yo, come on, man. Like, if you give that album, 21 Savage put up like a B performance, I would say. A+ production wise. Like Metro Boomin knows how to make beats that are cinematic, riveting, but then they still stay true to their trap like elements. Like the production on the album is the best thing about it, and just like the production on all the stuff Metro Boomin is involved in. Metro Boomin beats everybody that he collaborates with on albums. Tell me I'm a liar. If you tell me go ahead, tell me I'm lying. Say I'm lying.
You're not lying.
Savage Mode, and I'm not even saying he beats them by like a little bit of a margin. He blows out the people that he collaborates with on albums, and the people he's blowing out are good rappers too. But Savage Mode 2 is great. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much. Metro Boomin for president.
I would make the assumption that there was a lot of hyperbole and sarcasm in that review. However, I do believe you feel that way to a degree. You're just exaggerating. So I'm gonna give you a chance to clean it up. I'm gonna give you a chance to clean it up if you want to. Otherwise, I'll give my review. So, would you like the floor or no? Are you good?
Okay, what would you like me to clean up? Let's see. Metro Boomin.
I just want you to.
He's one of the top 30 producers.
Listen. I'm not telling you to clean anything up. Yo,
top 30. Top 30.
I was about to say, he's top 29. He's top 1. Not whatever. Y'all know what that.
Don't you just love that? You could just say somebody is top. Man, he's top 100. But I'm not gonna tell you where he was in the 100. I'll just say he's top 100.
I just had. That's funny you say that. I just had a conversation with some dude. We was talking about rap. He was talking about rap, and actually no. I was talking to this artist. His name is Manny. Shout out to him. But anyway, we were having a conversation about freestylers. Who's the best freestyler, right? And for whatever reason, he said J. Cole, and I couldn't understand why he said that. And I love J. Cole, but I didn't agree with that. But that's besides the point. What I was harping on was him saying J. Cole is one of the best, and I was like, yo, we gotta stop saying that shit. We gotta stop saying one of, because let's be specific. All right, like we need to start being more specific in these discussions, because if that's the case, I can go around saying everything is one of the best. But if you want me to start ranking things, then you wouldn't think they're one of the best at that point. Like I was like, okay, one of the best. Okay, cool. So are you talking about top 10, top 5 that you ever heard? Top 20, top 30? Like when I started going into that type of detail, the energy started to shift, right? So all I'm saying is, let's just be a little specific when we make these remarks. We talking about he a top 10 producer. Now you're forced to really stand on and really start ranking dudes how you believe they are in that rank. So anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, this album. You know what this album said to me? This was a prime example. Savage Mode 2 was a prime example of why, if you are an artist and you're not the best lyricist, you're not the most entertaining, you're not the most, you don't have the most personality. Even though I believe 21 Savage has a lot of personality, and he low-key is a very good rapper. He is above average to me as a rapper. It didn't start that way, like you said, but at this point, to me, he is average to above average, and on most performances, I would actually say he's above average. Besides the point. Production is everything. I'm sorry. The days of y'all not acknowledging that producers and beat makers and engineers should be coveted and elevated at the highest levels needs to stop today. I'm sorry. That needs to stop, because the fact that we can listen to this album, Savage Mode 2, and the dude on your site said the album is neutral. And while I do understand where Homeboy's coming from, like you said, production-wise, A+. Can you imagine if the production was a C? Right? Like, imagine if the production was a C. You want to guess what that dude would have said about the album and that rating? He wouldn't have said neutral, because he would have said this album shouldn't have been released More than likely, that would have been the response. This album should not have come out, right? So we need to start having a real appreciation for production. Like I think, producers would like to have. And I do love how Metro Boomin always puts himself in the forefront as that artist, right? You always see his name credited. You see him with an album. He's next to the artist. He's working with the Weeknd, right? Weeknd on Weeknd's last album. He's in Weeknd's video, right? As like a prominent face. And I think more producers need to start doing that, man. Like we need to start seeing their faces. Metro Boomin is I don't want to say he's a pioneer because he's not the first to ever do this. We've seen Swiss Beats in all the videos. He's not the first producer, but in the last 10 years, Metro Boomin is doing it better than a lot of dudes. Last 5 to 7 years, really. Metro Boomin is doing a better job at marketing his skill set better than any other producer is doing. With that being said, this album was all right. I love 21 Savage for his raw and debaucherous lyrics. Them shit sound downright evil. Some of the stuff that he be saying just sounds evil. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a difference between shoot 'em up lyrics from a Polo G or a Smoke Perp, even though I think Smoke Perp is trash. He's a trash artist. I'm sorry. I do not like Smoke Perp. That's not about that. But I'm saying he talks a lot about killing, as do a whole lot of guys. But there's something about the way 21 Savage talks about killing people in his music that just sounds evil and tight at the same time. It almost sounds like a movie script. Like
he sounds demented.
Bro, I could literally
enjoys it.
Bro, I swear I could see someone making a movie out of his albums. If Savage Mode was a movie, that joint might be a top seller in the horror category. Listen, if y'all end up doing that, make sure I give my credit. I'm telling you, that shit would sell and it would make a whole lot of sense. Anyway, the album is all right. It's all right. I just can't do any more than that. Like, I don't want to say it was neutral because I do like a few songs, but the album was all right. I would give it about a C.
I gave it a B. I mean, it's good, but
sorry, I'm in a C plus. A C plus. My bad.
It's good, but it's like I said, it's just kind of like what you expected to hear. Like I nothing stood out. Nothing was bad. It was just like just expected what I hear. Okay, I move on.
Exactly.
But I do find it dope that it gets me revved up for Halloween. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. I love horror movies. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's do that.